Welcome into another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Days. I'm Michael Knight, sitting down now with Broken Arrow Jr., Maurion Horn. Maurion, let's talk about last season for you guys. 9-3 on the year. You made it to the semifinals. Things didn't end quite the way you would like with a loss to Owasso. But looking back on that season, what's something that was a big takeaway for you as a football player when you look back at last year?
A big takeaway, honestly, was us not having everybody healthy at the same time and all of that. I feel like that was a big reason why we didn't make it as far as we did, or that's the reason where we ended up at.
How tough was that to deal with? Because I know Miles, he had nagging injuries throughout, and it seemed like you guys just were snake bit throughout the season. Could you take a positive out of that where you were able to watch the game from a different perspective and be able to help some of the other guys around you?
Yeah, one thing you can take away from that is like he was a senior last year, so we're not going to have him. He was a big player, so we're going to have to work around that, find different people, put them in different positions and all of that stuff.
Now, going into this offseason, obviously it's been a little different with everything going on in the world, pandemic, and you guys aren't able to work out together as a team. How have you guys stayed connected and stayed on the same page? Because, look, even though you're not able to work out as a team, you still got to be getting your job done. Otherwise, this fall isn't going to be any fun. What have you guys been able to do over the last couple of months to stay on the same page with each other?
Well, before we actually started getting back to the field, we was doing virtual workouts, Zoom meetings. But now that we're back, we have three groups. We have our bigs group going at 7 o'clock, power going at 8, and skill going at 9, and we just work like that. And we have our individual meetings and all of that stuff.
How much fun has it been to get back into the facility and get back with your guys? Because it's one thing to work out on your own, but it's another thing to be surrounded by your teammates.
It's great, honestly, because you're not gonna have somebody when you're by yourself to push you to work how you do. You gotta have somebody like a teammate that's gonna sit there and push you, and you can laugh, joke. You still getting the work in.
All right, let's talk about your recruitment, because as far as the junior class goes, you're one of the best in Oklahoma. Offers from all over the country. Have you just taken a step back and thought about how crazy the last year or so has been?
Honestly, yeah, I think about it all the time. All the time. It's a lot. It's a lot.
How much? We mentioned Miles earlier. Miles went through it. Andrew on the offensive line, he was All-American. He was recruited by all those colleges.
Yeah.
How much have they been able to help you to know what to expect? Because it's no offense to anybody who gets recruited, but it's one thing to get recruited by some lower level schools, but then it's another thing to be recruited by Alabama and Oregon and like some of the top college programs in the country.
Yes. Well, I talk to Miles like almost every day. He just tells me, man, it's just there. Like, you gotta keep your head on straight, do what you gotta do, work out, and it's all gonna keep coming. He said it's gonna be stressful and all, but it's all gonna pay off.
When it comes to the process, is it more stressful or is it more fun? Because I got to think that, especially for a guy like you, when it comes to your stature, so to speak, you're considered one of the top recruits in this part of the country. With that comes a lot of pressure, man, for a young kid like yourself. Is it a stressful thing, or is it just fun?
It's fun. I like it. It becomes stressful. You have a lot of stuff. You got a lot of stuff to bring to the table, honestly. But me, I just look at it. I'm gonna go out here, have fun, do what I've been doing to get me in this position.
Do you feel pressure at all in this situation?
Honestly, I feel sometimes, but not really. Honestly, I just do me.
See, look, that's the right answer. That's the right outlook to have on this. Let's talk about this season for 2020. You guys have some talent coming back on both sides of the ball. Obviously, you got to stay healthy. The team's got to stay healthy. But other than health, what has to happen for you guys to make it back to competing for a state championship?
we're going to have to be able to move different players in different positions that they usually haven't played before. So people's going to be all over the field, but we have a lot of speed, a lot of speed.
What was this offseason like compared to last year? Because last year at this time, you guys are coming off of the state champs, and you're like, we were the champs. But at the same time, fast forward to now, and you're not the champs anymore. How has this offseason been different compared to last year?
It's the same thing. They pushing us the same way. We still feel like we have a target on our back. So we just working. Same last offseason's the same thing.
I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, like we said, health, snake bit 2019. Hoping nothing but the best in 2020 for Broken Arrow, because it's only better when you guys are in the hunt for things. So, Maurion, thank you so much for sitting down with me. Good luck to you and the Tigers this fall.
Good luck to you, too.
He's Maurion Horn. I'm Michael Knight, and this has been another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Day.